Hello everyone to another Catan video. So I am in the fourth position and my initial thought is this is going to be a very difficult board for me because I'm pretty sure somebody will take the 634 spot and also the 693 spot. So it will be difficult for me to get a decent ORV cheap setup. That said, there is a lot of wood and brick on this board. Gray goes for 8-5-10. I think that's a pretty good spot to go for right in the beginning. Grabbing the best sheep, best wheat, and a decent brick spot. Maybe I might be able to get something like a 9-4-11-6-5-11 setup. Let's see what. Yeah, I think I will be able to get ORV cheap now based on the placements so far. Wow. So here I think I can go for something like 8-4-10 and 6-3-4, point to the right and build on the brick port and wood port. Maybe even get access to the 8-3 spot later on in the game. So I do like my setup here quite a bit. Instead of 8-4-10, I can also go for 8-4-3 and start with a little sheep to begin right from the beginning. But I like 8-4-10 more because I think it will be. There is very little sheep on this board, and if I start with 8-4-10, I can build on 8-3 later on in the game. Because if I go for 8-4-10, I start with more brick, and because I am going towards the brick port, it seems to be a good setup for me. Here I can also go for something like 6-4-11 and 8-4-10. But I think I will want to have some wheat in hand. Actually, let me just go for 6-4-11 here. I almost ran out of time there. And now because I am going for 6-4-11, I might go for 8-4-3 here. So that I start with some sheep and a decent amount of wood and brick in hand. And now my target would be to go to the wood port before going towards the brick port, because now I produce a lot more wood as compared to brick here. But now I am a little further away from the 8-3 spot, so maybe this wasn't the best choice. I should have gone with my first instinct of 6-3-4, but I don't mind that. Maybe I should here go for 8-4-10 rather than 8-4-3. Yeah, a little confused here between these two spots, because I believe somebody can just go for 8-10. Yeah, that said, I think I'll just go for 8-4-3 here. I don't need more brick, and little sheep is still better than no sheep at all. So brown here goes for a decent overwheat sheep setup. They do have very little sheep, but quite a good amount of ore and wheat in hand. Yeah, red seems to have a pretty decent overwheat sheep setup as well. And now gray has a choice. I think gray can easily go for 9-10-2, point upwards and try and cut red off to the 6-2 port. But gray here does go for 8-10. I think that's a mistake. Because gray does produce only resources only on these three numbers 8, 10 and 5. And if I get a little lucky early on in the game, I might be able to cut off grey here. I think brown is in a pretty bad position because they don't have access to any 3:1 ports. So if another 6 rolls, I might be able to get some trade here, a wood for wheat trade, and I might be able to cut off brown. That said, the brick port isn't the most important port for me just yet. So another 6 does roll. Let's see if I can get a wood for wheat trade. That would be pretty strong for me. Instead, I just roll a 7 here. And the only person who has any wheat in hand is grey. So I will be targeting grey here. And I do get a wheat. So that's pretty good for me. Getting to the wood port early on. Sorry, getting to the brick port early on. And Grey just quits the game. Wow, very, very surprising. I didn't expect Grey to quit the game that easily. I mean, they could have easily gone for something like 6-9, sorry, 10-9 to set up. Rather, they went for 8-10. Here, getting to the wood port is very, very important. So, because I produce a lot of wood, and once I get to the wood port, I will have a pretty decent game. These early 6s have been very strong for red, for sure. Here, brown should block the 6 brick and steal from red. Does do that. And now because grey has already quit the game, I think whenever I roll a 7, I will be blocking the 9 ore for sure. Here, let me just build a road and end my turn. Three rolls, that's a pretty good roll for me. Gives me a rare sheep. So let's see if I can get any trade. Maybe a wood for wheat trade with grays or brown might be possible. Yeah, nobody accepts it. So at this point, I'll just hold on to my cards and end my turn. Yeah, these early 6s are very strong for red as well as me, but stronger for red than me. Yeah, red can go for a dev card or maybe hold on to the cards so that they can get a city. Let's see if I can get this trade. Don't think that would go through, but maybe, yeah, doesn't go through. I will accept the 1:2 here. Okay, accepts it with bot, which makes complete sense. Wow, so these early 6s and being blocked on the 6, especially with the brick port, is hurting me quite a bit. I do roll a 4 here. A 4 is a pretty good roll for me. Let's see if I can get any trade. Bot accepts it, which is pretty good for me, giving me the wood port. So I believe now red might be very close to getting the city. I would want a lot of 8s to roll now. 8s and 4s are my best friend, I would say. I think brown might be pretty close to getting a city as well. Wow, but red is getting very, very lucky with these rolls. Surely a 7 would be very nice. Instead, I roll a 11, which gives 2 more sheep to red. Does roll a 7, that's pretty good. Might target me. It's a bot, so it's kind of random there, but okay, targets red, which is pretty decent. And a 9 is rolled. Good to see that. Here, brown might just play a knight if they have it. It plays the knight after rolling the die and steals from red. I would love to roll a 7 on my turn again. Instead, I roll another 10, so pretty strong for bot here. But at current point, let's see if I can get any trades. Because bot doesn't accept it, I'll just end my turn. Another 10 rolls here, so yeah, so bot and red are getting very, very lucky with these early rolls. Luckily, a 7 rolls, so red again has to lose 5 cards, but might be blocking the 8 wood and stealing from me now. Okay, steals from bot, I don't mind that, but me being blocked is a negative point here. And an 8 rolls when I'm blocked, wow. So getting a little unlucky early on in the game. Would want to roll a 7. Roll a 5, I don't get anything, so I'll just end my turn. So I think it's been 2 rounds since I haven't got any cards at all. Wouldn't want red to build on the 8-3 spot. Because if red gets the 8-3 spot, they would be in a very strong position. Okay, it's building towards the 3:1 port. Wow. Another 11 rolls here, so not sure what my best option here is. I think I can just go for a single dev card just to unblock myself. I think that's a fine choice here. Do get a victory point, so that's unfortunate. Would have wanted to get a knight. Yeah. Not sure if there is any way to slow down red at this point. Because red will surely be getting the longest road in the very next turn now. Yeah, now red already has a city. And so red is already on 8 points. And in a very, very strong and lucky position. If brown has the knight, they should be playing it. Here again the 8 is rolled when I am blocked. Yeah, I wouldn't mind getting a 1:1 here. Let's see if I can get a 1:2. Does accept it, so that's good. Would love to roll a 7. Unfortunately, I just cannot roll it. At this point, I think I'll just hold on to these cards. Not much to do here. Yeah. 7 rolls, and I'm pretty sure red would block me now. Maybe blocks the 4 or the 4 wood. Yeah, it's taking quite some time to decide what they want to do. A little unfortunate for me getting a victory point rather than any other card would have been better. But yeah, that's how it is sometimes. Yeah, does block me on the 4 over as expected. Uh, no, I don't want to trade with red. Red might be very close to winning. And if bot accepts any trade, that's what it is. I mean, can't help that. 3 rolls here. Would love to roll a 7, but it's not. I mean, nothing is going my way. But do roll a 7 though. So should easily be blocking red here. Steal a wheat. Let's see if I can get any trade. Let me directly ask for a ore. I mean, all I'm trying to do is get another dev card here. If I'm not able to do that, I might just build a road. I know it will be difficult for me to compete with red, but I think I need to block red. On the other hand, I think holding on to these cards wouldn't be a bad choice either. So now red gets 2 more roads. Hopefully red rolls a 7. Rolls another 6 here. So yeah, I mean, pretty easy game for red. I think red might be able to just get a settlement and a dev card this turn. Gets a settlement. Wow, unblocks the 9 and exactly that's when red needed it. So here I need to roll a 4 or a 8 or a 7, maybe even 7 works. Yeah, 7 does work. And I get an ore, so but still that doesn't help me in any way. Maybe I can just go for another dev card. Uh, let's see if I can get any trade. Maybe if I get a wood, I might be able to. Uh, yeah, at this point, I think I'm just fighting for the second position. With because I know in the next chance, Brown most likely will be getting the longest road. Sorry, largest army and will be on 5 points. So based on that logic, I think I will just go for a settlement here. And getting the settlement on the 3:1 port is fine. Let's see what red does. Red might be able to just win the game in this turn. if they are able to get, yeah, just get a victory point and win the game. So yeah, pretty quick game, and there's not much to analyze here. Red just got very lucky with the rolls. Sixes, tens, also nines. I got a little unlucky with the 8 rolls. I think 8 rolled thrice and it was blocked always. That would have been a good shot for me. Would have helped me get a settlement on the 4-3 spot and stop red from building onto the 8-3. Yeah, but then no, not much to analyze. I think my position was pretty good in the game, but red just got lucky with sixes, nines, tens, fives. Yeah. Um, yeah, that's it for this game. Let's see the ELO board. So yeah, I'm still in the low thousands. I mean, I just gained like 0 point something that game, so didn't expect a huge move. Anyway, bye for now and see you again in the next video. Bye bye.